Hello travelers, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date on the Go with Carson world. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. So let's get started with the video. So today's video is going to be a little different than usual. So I have accumulated plenty of stories over my lifetime of travel. I'm sure all of you guys have too if you guys have traveled quite often. Sometimes travel is a little crazy, it's creepy, it's scary, it's fun, and all of those experiences definitely make for a good story. So today's video, I'm going to tell you my story of how I was stuck in an airport for almost 24 hours. So let's begin with this crazy story. I recently just got back from Botswana in South Africa. I was traveling with 36 other people. So I was traveling with a bunch of other people, and we were going, our biggest flight was from Atlanta to Johannesburg, and Johannesburg is in South Africa. It's a bigger city in South Africa, so we were flying there, and that was about 15 to a 16-hour flight. It was one of the longest flights that I've ever been on. That was a great flight. So we get to Johannesburg, and that's when all the craziness starts to begin. So we realized that the people back in our home destination didn't check our bags all the way to Gaborone, Botswana. They actually only checked our bags to Joburg, which is not good. That's 36 something bags that we all have to grab and recheck before our next flight. And we only had an hour to do all of this. So we had an hour to go through customs, get our passport stamps, and get to baggage claim, and then go ahead and check into our other flight for Air Botswana. So half of us get through customs actually pretty fast, and then half of us, aka me, don't get through customs very fast at all. So we were in line for quite a while, and it was coming up on, we only had like 20 minutes left to get on our flight, and we were super nervous. So we get through customs and finally, and we get our bags and we run to Air Botswana check-in, and the people that had already gotten through broke the news that our plane had already shut its doors, which at the time I was super angry because, you know, we're going to this once-in-a-lifetime place and our plane is shutting their doors. And okay, let me just say how ridiculous this was. So the plane could only fit about 40 to 45 people, and 36 of us couldn't get on the flight. You think that they would wait for us since we're literally the majority of the flight. You think that they wait for like 15 minutes for us to go back through security so we can get on the flight, but no, they didn't. So we didn't get on our flight that night. And we realized that the next flight isn't until tomorrow morning, or the next morning, which was, there was one at, I believe, 7, 8, or 9, something like that. So there was like 2 in the morning and then one later that day. So what we did was we got our hotel, and just so we could have a few hours of sleep because we were all cranky. You know, nobody actually sleeps well on a plane, so we just gotten off a 15-hour flight. So we're like, okay, let's get a hotel and we'll relax for a bit. Let's try to de-stress, and then in the morning we'll wake up and go try to get on our flights. So what my, like the professors, because I did go with school, so what the professors did was they split us into 2 groups. One group being the group that gets up really early, and the other group getting up at around 8. So I was, of course, the one that got up super early, which is fine for me because I really just wanted to get on the plane, so it didn't matter. I'm an early riser anyway. But I had to get up at 4, which was really fun. So we get up at 4, half of us get to the airport, and we find out that customer service doesn't even get there until 8 a.m. So really, we got up for nothing. We couldn't get on a flight where we couldn't talk to customer service because that's just impossible. So we waited till customer service opened, and she's like, oh, well, we're only going to be able to allow 10 people on the next flight. And we're like, really? There's 36 of us, and like, you can't get more on the flight. And it was just because there was just a bunch of people going on that flight. So one of my professors was like, you know what? We might as well just get at least 10 people to Gaborone, because who knows how long it's going to take everybody else, and what if those other people can't get on? You know, we should just send as many people as we can. So I was not in that 10 that they picked. So, and Also, by the way, I just want to say that the hotel was like on the airport's property. It wasn't like, it was not off the property really. It was just like there, and we only slept there for like 3 hours. So it was really early having to get up at 4 and still not make the first flight, but I tried to stay positive. Obviously, I was like a little negative just because I was cranky. I hadn't had a lot of sleep. We tried to get everybody else on the next flight, which was at 3, I believe. So I did get to go on the next flight, but I still had to spend the whole day in the airport. There is good shopping, I guess, at the Johannesburg Airport. We try to eat and do some stuff. Going on our 1,000, South Africa! Not yet in Botswana. Maybe never, I don't know. So we tried to make the best out of it and just talk to each other and hang out. But we finally half of us finally got on the third flight, but only 20 of us got on that flight, so there was still like 6 people that needed to get on the next flight. So, and that the flight didn't leave until 8 p.m. that night, which is so unfortunate. I feel so bad for those people still to this day, just because that's just an unfortunate situation. So we finally left at 3 p.m. and so it had been like, you know, almost a whole day by the time we left that we had been in this airport. We got on our flight at 3 p.m. and it was a really small flight, and what bothered me was that there was still like probably 10 seats open on this flight, and they still didn't allow those other people to get on the flight. It just really bothered me because I feel like we could have gotten a lot of our team on there, but I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. So we just went on and we got to Gaborone, Botswana finally. And finally at like 10 p.m. they all got there. So yes, it was a day, let me tell you. It was really bad. It was a very long day, but it's good because I feel like those kind of situations really test your patience and test the way you travel. So basically the moral of the story is, unfortunate things happen when you're traveling, and that's okay because it happens. Just be patient with it because you never know, and you can't be type A with those kind of things. You have to just go with the flow and let yourself, you know, hang out and make friends throughout the whole, you know, traumas and stuff like that. So that's the moral of my story. Please thumbs up this video if you guys liked hearing my story of the time that I was in the airport for way too long. Do you guys have any stories like this? I have quite a few others, and if you guys like this, let me know because I can tell you guys stories for days. So thumbs up this video so I know you guys want to hear more of my stories. We can chat about your stories too because I want to hear all your crazy times. So please comment down below so I can hear all of those craziness. And I will see you guys next video. Happy travels!